the thing that's been dominating the headlines right now is the Mayweather-McGregor fight. What was Keith's reaction to that, and what do you think about that whole situation?
I don't know. I really want to find the right words to answer this question. You know, what can I say about it? It sounds a lot better than it most likely is going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to sell it like a product. All of Mayweather's fights are well promoted and things of that nature. McGregor would pick up the biggest payday of his life. He's got no reason to not challenge Floyd Mayweather. It's a crossover fight. We've seen boxers try to go into MMA, but we haven't seen MMA champions try to come into boxing. So their fan base watching, tuning in, there's just a lot of variables that makes it very sellable. It's a sellable fight, but when it comes to true competition, nobody in the boxing world feels confident that Conor McGregor is going to be able to perform a 12-round performance. That's not what he's been doing for the past several years. I understand, our rounds are 3 minutes, theirs are 5 minutes, but at the end of the day, the overall performance is a longer performance. 5 times 5 is 25. 3 times 12 is 36. So like I said, man, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a numbers guy. I pay attention to that. I pay attention to, how many punches per round my opponents throw and the average and all that. But, I think Floyd, with his abilities and his movement and the way he likes to fight, he likes to take his time, pop shot, this, that, his athleticism. The only thing McGregor might have is a puncher's chance. But, you land a punch here, the person gets an opportunity to get up. You can't close the show as quick as you can in MMA, man. So, he's got a lot going against him, not being able to use his feet, not being able to use his grappling techniques. I admire champions of the UFC, just like I admire champions of any sport, even team sports. When you got a championship team, obviously those are some tremendous athletes that coordinated together to win a championship, and it's always impressive. So, I give them props, but I also would say, 9 out of 10 times you want to stay in your lane. But for Floyd Mayweather, man, I mean, to be negotiating a $100 million fight against somebody who's not a boxer, come on, man, we call that easy money. And Floyd Mayweather loves making easy money. I talked about this when he put on a shitty performance against Maidana just to have the right to put on another performance, which is $80 million on top of $80 million. That was some of the easiest money he's ever made in his career as well, outside of the Manny Pacquiao fight. Because styles makes fights, and that's, it's very important, and that's how insiders in boxing look at it, and that's how I look at it.